is to be followed. And it's a mrebia chese say na was a onam so a sa procedure no kwa na was so follow ni kwa sa woda ne procedure no. Na bede ne mra no akire enti na me can say the national constitution is an artificial person and it speaks through a natural person. Into a kasafa natural person, that natural person is the constitution, is the Supreme Court. That is the justices of the Supreme Court. Now, it will pass a case now. J2 versus Akwete, AG and J2 and another versus AG. Court no actually we say a brief piano say oh ye bibia and as Chief Justice and also remove na. I was say Omano asuti obon and kaye. And na lawyers a free bibi to say Latin word or the alteram patem rule, the principle of what? Fair hearing. Into be man na ordinanu ye aba. Na the senior kan ya menene ya adwene say so hwe the wa constitution na sia ye Chief Justice de na ehu papa. Na mintwa no meni nipa bi edidi nkomo me na fofo bebre wo National Democratic Congress. Eti bisia bi na me graduation bi wa Accra. Ba ko ka kire me say unia Chief Justice bi de ya plan is be yi na. Mo ye dan ye be yi no. Me yam sheme that day statement, but it was a statement made by an individual. Obi nkwa na kan man tie free the entire. If you listen now, okay, you cry to me in this because he be our crowd. But the day support me the kakra mo say obetie President Mahama me video ne ade bebra na bi wa no a kire say it's a Chief Justice no so jumadi a mo di in favor on ene ade now ma menka asem bi wo Justice Davlin or can say be in the case of DH Mensah versus AG per Justice Akins can say be a okutu Lord Patrick Davlin. Or say, the book be Ochoye, The Judge, 1979, at page 4. Who states that if a judge leaves the law, judge need time run it and makes his own decision. Oh, no, they're not doing bar. Even if in substance they are just. Say, Oshe and Assembly Kana, Assembly could be woman. He loses the protection of the law. A basa will lose the protection of the law. And sacrifices the appearance of impartiality, which is given by adherence to the law. He expresses himself personally to the dissatisfied litigant and exposes himself to criticism. Say, your point to be now your judge. Na onwa e de na adwene e yete sa ade bi nkofi se common sense. Na adwene mu say lecture. Na odi nchirechire mu bi beba. Sa nchirechire mu na nipa kwande beba although in substance e be a pass mu pa. But a basa judge no ono ankasa wa level law no nti e basa obe subject no ho e de akọ criticism a omanfo bebo nachi. Now yenhwe hu is a decision aso Chief Justice e de ba decision na Supreme Court de ba no e political na e ye wasem na wo de akọ sa Supreme Court we ya no ye hu is a Chief Justice atransen bebre so e bi wono ma akọ in favor of NDC e bi wo akọ in favor of NPP. You will say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Mane Professor Nos Mopenso case Nana Akufo de Dom court a butia MPP for. You will say NDC so the MPP koi also a butia MPP for. So when we say I am run was it's about the law. I can say first one now. First one butia MPP. Evans one also tia. Lawyer Osebozu. Talk to the listeners. Very well. So what I'm saying is that say Osha is about the national constitution is growth, living organism capable of growth. Eti enye enchechemu bia ufi say wo hadwene ya wo say ye de brewa ebema wo ho ato wunti no. Enu nti ekwan bia say wo say mefa na me Chief Justice free ho. Now, you see if you look at the petition, first of all it was made publicly. In the case of J2 versus AG no, what no can say moment a wodi asem no be betuja public no a indictment and basa asem no kra wodi aba no procedurally wrong. Now it's one man minister communication fellows of Osukwache e kan dey betuja for petition asem. At that time the Chief Justice had not been served of a copy of the said petition because Chief Justice must be made a privy to the said petition in order to solicit a response from the latter. Eti ansana Udi asem no beko no odi kan ma Chief Justice no amane de nimu aye anasa ne response prior de aba once a bone petition enti that fairness no wan fa anye adwuma ebi na nanu ya NDC fa constituency election no de call yes Supreme Court can say monko back High Court no anya de say wahama NDC for fair hearing it monko na monko mo fair hearing and no krom criticize judge no em say Koforidua ho baby e ma judge no kan say oye bias akra so Koforidua oye bias akra eti the court ne san kan ne say okay so mo so oye bias e de ehunu biasness bi ewo mu na enso ye de koma judge foforo but monko ne enkoti mu ebra ekoti omu wi still asem ne say ebubo and then the principle of fair hearing. Now, if you read Article 127, in reality, 127 of the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. Now, 127 says that, Article 127 of the 1992 Constitution, there can I say, or say, in the exercise of the judicial power of Ghana. Now, let me read the plus 2. No? Or say, neither the president nor parliament nor any person acting under the authority of the president or parliament, nor any other person whatsoever shall interfere with judges or judicial officers or other person exercising judicial power in the exercise of their judicial functions, and all organs and agencies of the state shall accord to the court such assistance as the court may reasonably require to protect the independence, dignity, and effectiveness of the court subject to this constitution. So the American said, if you read Article 127 alongside with 125, alongside with Article 19, Nina Betcha will say, Edi Kwan say, Odi Oshe Eko Judge Biso Abra Oye Nejuma. Said the Beya Judge Bitima Nejuma.
Okay, how does that relate to the so-called petitioner? Ebiaye Etia, can say, Chief Justice.
The Emma Mekasa say, fine. Answer now the petition petition the content of it. Article 146 na aka adekura ehia yetimi gina so de Chief Justice favor. One, infirmity of mind so wadwene mu ekaye bia na adwene mu nsisi so a obetimi. Incompetence. And the third one, I think, misbehavior. And he said, Sanya man wenya, but as to misbehavior, no, and as incompetency, no, why in a bit me determine? Because that word, no, you don't take it try as a wife and a try say misbehavior, or be say misbehavior. But until I work at that justices now, a experts and it determines our incompetence, no, a expert, other judges I be to a more panel nature. But when the Chief Justice, no. Never and then a bebru nyina be president nsa because Council of State advice bia or the president bia it doesn't bind on the president. The president no who say bibia me nkrofo bi na head that try me fa ne sa. Me feel say me hu say misbehavior bi ho incompetence wa then e ho na Chief Justice na lose ni position. Wa on point na na kire.
All right, so cut a very long story short. Say na baby I want who the fate of the Chief Justice.
Yeah, me that say. The me say NDC is determined and President Mahama is determined to sack the Chief Justice, dismiss the Chief Justice.
Chief Justice or defense mechanisms be now beating me. Employ and now be apply it me defending her. That is because at the end of the day, no matter what he says, she says, a president who Bedigme decided said the old cano, Bejitum, and I'm in to. At the end of the day, go.
Yeah, me that say. Etina make us say, first of all, many Chief Justices are anka even coming requested for response from the president and say, oh mommy, and I mean who any nipa o masamai me. And I say any power the petition by Kamimi sir. If I were the Chief Justice, I would have kept quiet and come in kasa. Kame din amana koso ama yetu. Consultative Council of State, you know, a 2 committee straight, or we know a dismissal. Now, me call court for procedural impropriety. So I was very sad when Chief Justice requested for a response. But last night, I got to realize, after the President Akoko Abon, Amano, said after the unfunded response, and the President has given the Chief Justice 10 days because we wait, but because of my minimum number, but let's look at Article 23. I'm going to answer a question. Article 23 of the 1992 Constitution. I can be all. I say administrative bodies and administrative officials shall act fairly and reasonably and comply with the requirements imposed on them by law. And persons aggrieved by the exercise of such acts and decisions shall have the right to seek redress before a court or other tribunal. It's the air can say, Obi edi to me assurance how office bino. I was at applying fairly and reasonably. Or the pepe juma. Now comply with all the requirements. It is a one comply with all the requirements now. Or maybe enya or nipa bi akwati ani bia no ya agree to bia no obetumi akoko to seek redress. I want to make sure say community justice can be doing.
I also na maybe say what is the guarantee? Say okoko pesa redress na ubenya de wo hwehwe.
Absolutely. You see, fine. Obetumi a bit say a law near and I believe in the justices of the Supreme Court and the High Court or the Superior Court, even the lower court. As some the pepe because you say who say matters deal you say ade bi wo ho no mo a ye wan ye fa judges bi kokum wo amen na ye di ho afofida. It is you very careful. Na ye trust say da bia no ye ma obi ba o sin chief justice aye say obi ba no so abesekema e interference of the judicial independence. Na ya very careful ebeto so amasa matters dey na yedie na attack we no a attack to all justices of the Supreme Court.
So what is one Supreme Court judge one a JDA and so a petition Chief Justice for Gabriel Scott Poaman.
Okay, me say me online. So me point me say e for basa na say NDC appointed bia obi so beka say anyum for because Poaman was appointed by NDC government. Justice Poaman was appointed by NDC government. And Obi Kra na ya tese mo Obi Kra say that only the next year on person dey be Chief Justice. You see the point. Inti yes na I just say but if I read Justice Poaman's decision any authorities are there but me say law no work. I very good be nothing wrong with it. Likewise na me hu tokuno and so decisions are there by me read and hu say emra no dey kan. And why don't we protect the law? Why don't we protect the national constitution? Why don't we stick to the preamble of the 1992 Constitution? You say the good people of Ghana and Constitution no homaye. And the Constitution and yen boy ho ban. Na protect na fundamental right ni bibia na fairness. I was say yeah juma. Na mom ye na amanyosem. Na kire say we Chief Justice because definitely say NDC yi Chief Justice ni free one man. MPP so ba. Ono so be petition. E dey akose. Ono so.
And the beat will go on. Thank you, Lawyer Evans Osebunsu, private legal practitioner and member of NPP. Make I say Obeba late. I've always known him. Now, me Jina Drenche, me pen a reaction from the Ubiaka. Venerable Lawyer Evans Amankwa, member of NDC legal team. Ura, it is a
Pen, I'm here to me but you won't make a crack. So, this is a mania code kakra. But there, now, what do you mean?
Miss Minimum.
They are very handsome. Now, Ufobesha Buntino. I know what you say, and in the Hona, with the ballet. Can me chow tea for you now, any or more show Facebook for you now. Me chow man penny John Dramani Mahama. And I'm sharing this for Ghana, especially as sentimental so. And I'm share in and out here so. Or 2 for na say 2. Ken. Oh, the near my cosina, I can't was and
Pepacho, time very ever call your map on go a year.
Ken. So what kind in Nankameka? You know, a boy one there in your ear of fat, yam one pim. The best friend this for a jump for a Kotoko for supporters in answer and the Yanko Juso. Na Yanko jam your fire moi. Abroad dumping Yanko penny crabia. If you are hope penny in a echo. Na fire more will cheerly juice. There was sentimentum negana hyena. Na enyefe kama. Ken,
Chief.
One say, Nema Equasina. Utie di obia ka ana ehim nwa
semi kind
die dia di obia ka ehim nwa kakra nye di obia ka wa ha di obia ka MPP for lawyers bebre kasa o kan nyina say as a Chief Justice wakoye bibia NDC for NDC for NDC for peso mu yi no but you see MPP former President Mama some credit and respect. Because at least President Mama Ebra obey president in 2012, and 2016. No, not Chief Justice or Georgina Wood. And you this in appointing. President Mama by Wami, you know. I'm a President Mama dini term we. Did I pana Ghana phone to me who's our president now set it to na sa president na down net bibia ekoswa yentie de ekoso ne hwe de ekoso yim on say na enuanom bi kasa no they had it totally wrong.
The reason why you chose to come late, no.
They had it totally wrong.
Lawyer Ivan Samapa, Mekacha will say, all the starting program. I said it on radio.
They say,
who Ubasha Daba, who can wadine, and we can say, I'm not allowing you to react to what.
Can you let?
I wouldn't. Because Mekacha will say, oh no,
Messi MPP for Akasada. All the commentaries that has gone on are totally wrong. Ken, Obia forget to say. First of all, Article 146, Asamna Okan, the contents of the petition, and I'm making it public. It goes against the Constitution, not the existence of the petition. Why name the content of the petition? Also President Mama, the first of all, according to the case of Ejetum versus Attorney General. Content, one name content of the petition. Every petition is required anymore. So why are we saying, as a constitution, really constitutional to suit our own? Can I dear Bakwa, MPP for the Ghana for being a mistake in say? I am no more refuse petition or the common president in consultation with the Council of State in the Grand. Obetime decide say petition no any merit required to the petition and who he has a friend and can say
Sawaka say
maybe
can
me patron me masa. It's a president and your petition. Now what some Chief Justice cousin or what some Council of State for one setting up a committee. Yeah, we now free dumpy into the fray. Now, Okasa etia procedure. What are you doing to the people of this country and the Chief Justice? No, maybe how can I know you say me? My kind is a Chief Justice or no, baby. Because first of all, the president could have dismissed the petition at the preliminary stage. Abraham Frey crime. There's a petition, no. Council of State petition is like a new. One from my dream, and you feel to home. If it's a petition, we and who here said, you be free, Chief Justice class on one way, because we should say, a baby any. Council of State is with my advice, sir. I brought petition Emma Chief Justice Granny. The Sample Prehunim Ricardo, when even a YNT, I would pray say, Obi Duch. A dear Bonino, Chief Justice, I yet a tear, NDC in tear. Obi fi say e obi tribu possible so koyi.
Because of a normal ebi aka.
Obi anka hwe, di obi aka bia mo kan wasem bia no. They say the menu ati say NDC ni bi say Chief Justice yo.
Some catch us over no.
Because
who said that you late said the over
can come here na man ngosa.
Aden the person bisa say the ema ebi dwene sa say yes say we kono obi no obi kwa wo se na no e den. And normal Ibinum aka yeba yi Chief Justice Felix Kwasi Ofosu in an interview.
Felix Kwasi Ofosu was president.
What was some American? I feel you are shifting the goalposts. Radio programs are. I am entitled to.
But you are panel member now. So a panel member.
And I make a choice.
Can we move our assembly? And
I'm in Busasam. Right, Debbie, as some Debbie Busas say, "Who say a damn ye? A much Chief Justice Nanya say, will be Tatan." And I'm saying, "You know, Musa Assembly. No Busawa. Assembly may be catched. I should talk to the listeners." Okay, go ahead. I don't want to make a catch up. I don't want to make a catch up. Talk to the listeners. Evans or Sebus. Evans or Sebus. You make a question. It's who the question of Busa and I'm a Musa question. Musa question. The beginner Musa, Chief Justice Papa Ogasa Mikum.
Now, 1 minute. Senior Ampacho, we are senior. We are now we in submission. We are. 2022.
Oh, say video in 2022 that Okano. Simon one and the Chief Justice. Oh, can some now can what can Subia. Satam name be a possible judicial anymore. Na end this bonyoso. And the president says, I did a bit me I am up a kaze, Enyan and Tuma Pefra. And I say, Ba, Chief Justice, Simon na a year, me papa, a candidate, any one Chief Justice, and on the Chief Justice. And then only the Chief Justice. Because Assembly Koso at that time, there were judgments. As lawyers, who are lawyers to the extent that stay of execution, Agana Mremo fitted Tibesinia, non-executable orders. You stay execution. But this time, it was rule say you stay execution. Lawyers here, were sad on certain positions of the law. At that time, so they may be a costume if you say and try you know where banners was Chief Justice of Justice, nice Chief Justice, no, ne brasso, I'm a wako. I'm a before Fraba. Why do you have to say so be a petitioner? Some kind of baby about Chief Justice for to do. So I'm going to now affect this Chief Justice. Please, fair to the argument that we are. Again, me person me magana for you na say President John Dramani Mahama Abedu. Onye mfumfuo biara ewo procedural onam so ewo article 146 of the 1992 Constitution of Ghana. Adentia against the Chief Justice and now who say bibisa against the Chief Justice and now who say bibisa de akoso committee bia ya set committee okroma. Set a committee bia okroma. Enti mpepere ho ne America na nipa bebre etutu edi enimu kan no ase ane say the Chief Justice feel say akaze president in his wisdom no the Chief Justice feel say akaze president in his wisdom no so ade abai mamene council of state emfa ho adwene answer na se emfa ho adwene ne be hia say ye be ma Chief Justice di nanu yiye bi aba na ode aba na Chief Justice na tutu America. Some of the quiet and no year, Maradia said the Chief Justice one case I will say, over Paso Yuano. Abraham petition, I may was a petition, I said, I will bring a summer frost of 1 year, brothers and 1 year, man. No, Dimicas mean what trouble amount a year, any matter.
But I said the Chief Justice, who's a petition be a constitutional.
Petition, no. A public knowledge say, petition costu etia Chief Justice. Na the Council of State a public knowledge say on letter that's so echo and no in tia Ghana mrebia
no letter as I say you're making it public
letter the so be making it public or you making it public no the fact of the matter say petition a bad here or not Justice Tokunu e won na Akufo time so petition the same thing buy
Justice Tokunu petition be the bass
oh the Akufo latter part of his there was a petition by one Azar Kokwaza. There was a petition.
And did the office of the president make it public?
Yes, they made it public. It's a petition Biaba against the Chief Justice. But on this may say, Abraham Chief Justice is going for a new year day. Ama. So the president has the power. There's a president. Adentina where the Amupa say before from. Adiana Assassin Ogana ha and you say where you before from. What you say? And me, if you say I'm a Chief Justice, maybe to me, in my honest opinion and humble opinion for that matter, if you say what pray no ho, and I go to president say man kwan me for manu yemra. Na president you mate. So what's me man kwan for anu yebra dia, ene age. Na for anu yebra. Na nka me hwe. Say ebi ade we kura no eni nyina so. E de hu yin ase ode anu yebia e dey. Be badam ya metu abo because we was to me no. President was to me no. It is what to me ka. I'm also being for a new year more than the Abro. For a new year, bra. I'm only about 10 days for a new year, bra. Eti, I didn't yet to the sret, any abassa, any Diana, I can't want some, any dear he. And again, ye can't the justices of the Superior Court say, will be a petition to your man, a Chief Justice may determine. Now, Chief Justice determine the unknown nipa. It do not own to me because Chief Justice now to on appointed Superior Court judge. It is a Chief Justice. I have a problem with the judge. On also on to me acting in anywhere. I don't know. The Superior Court Justice here. I'm not the Chief Justice said, good. And then the Chief Justice now on no mu no de get no mu sa call no ho. Are we saying so only a judge in her own court? Is that what we want to say? Yeah, address our president don't know because of our president there's a problem. There's no problem. And I believe we said the independence of the judiciary must be protected and maintained no matter who appointed you. So to me, yes, I do and penny forces say unim trimu and tiam go. So unim say trimi a kaya in tiamwa on to me nkunda. Eti me adia meka edi esesu bia say omam penny John Dramani Mahama per the 146 of Article 146 of the Constitution and from so bia ni bia on ti ba kokra onye from so bia procedure na nam so dey pepepe na nam sa na dwem pa o de nam so say se bibia koso a mam ne Council of State ni na ho na ana ehun be hia se be ma Chief Justice o na no yi aba na say ehun hia and no that was the stage na ye wo and the stage you free ho on setting up a committee and say Chief Justice you could dinner some and the other day and we are talking about how the other party say yeah man a fair hearing. Is there any committee? Has she been invited by anybody? Eti me face MPP for no mo tum Ricardo do ye political dispensation e me kada mo tu no and minim boni kura modie na minim adekodi amaya obi free say Chief Justice no eyi no bia peso be yi no enti no mo free say Chief Justice a na tran no mo de ni tran say oba be bo bi boni bi amaya bi hu ban enti no mo free say yi da ha madwene ana say bibia koso obi dim enu nti da Chief Justice obi ani abre say Chief Justice so obi no. Meanwhile Chief Justice sebi see you say you no want judge o kruno a obetima Chief Justice and the position enye no right I say obi timije accountant so say me wa ha yintimi nyime again Chief Justice president na appoint no and the president no appoint Chief Justice no at the end see who pass president the corner make me that trigger process dey between there the president na appointed Chief Justice and then the intimate trigger say you make me the same you see sometimes momo set a precedent at all the mo ye ebrebi atwam mu fi say no na obi koso menua ken in 1992 President Rawlings appointed a can say and appointed Afarijan as the Electoral Commissioner or transfer supervised 2 elections. President Rawlings they win in 2000 elections. On the supervised elections now or mention President Kufuor and Amebwa. President Kufuor by maintain no share no man na board the last elections. And son and Ibresu your core pensioner obi amfa ne nsanya den ankam. Charlotte Osebaye ebetra as EC can say boss 2016 elections MPP winning on the announcement MPP 2020 election before the elections 2017 ya trigger near bebre petition ekwa ha eba ha na mo na buti kuruma bi na de na we procurement what bi we what jakoso so we I don't know who person just it won't say trigger there was a charge
Evans
and the charge na
lawyers Evans there were charges but ubetimi educate petitioner about ma omudi Charlotte or say no ubetimi akaka kakra
say there was petitioners no Maxwell Obukwajiman
petitioners no.
In fact, I don't have the petitioners offhand. But what I want to say, you said their lawyer was Mabonidi.
Yes, their lawyer is not part of the case. But for the petitioners.
Wait, because according to the sources some of The commissioners were part of the petitioners. That is what I heard. And then those commissioners now, come on, someone there, somewhere part of the petitioner. No, you say if you want to, and no money they promote to the one basis, baby. Now, Chroma elections assembly of the Cabiano, baby, or you saw your injunction, but so you because your injunction, but so baby, why the injunction, but your 7 injunction as you don't go ahead with the elections. Are we not in this country? Why are we always double standard? And then I consider a different song. A kotu kwame so there different song. Meanwhile, so any account for the baby say, I buy the ball, and you on the botechi.
Enti
the person me can echo see say, meanwhile, Ken, President John Dramani Mahama, min church, mama church, much on your from so. And to on your from so no, I was say, and can Chief Justice, and if it's an office of one of the court to come on time. My president, Mama, set a committee.
I know you're thinking.
No, that is the constitution.
Almost so.
That is Article 146.
But
that's what we say.
I court Vincent as a Fako court.
Yes.
It is the first court and to Nasemu and right.
Oh, are there incentives? Any.
Thank you very much. My main text messages. So, Honorable Samuel Pine writes, a very glorious birthday to His Excellency Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo Williams, the immediate past president of the Republic of Ghana. March bonds are special, and you will forever be remembered for making secondary education free and accessible to all Ghanaians. Retire in grace. By the way, are we discussing Charlotte Osei, or is just finding of a justification for the removal of the Chief Justice? I want to know if Chief Justice is removed, if the Chief Justice is removed, will she still remain as a judge of the Supreme Court? And can we juxtapose the fire situation in Kumasi to that of disaster in Volta region, where millions of cities had been allocated to? No name was written here. Nana Danso Atonsu. I'll say nothing can change President Mahama's decision for the removal of Chief Justice because he said it over and over during his campaign time. And I want to find out how many NDC people have been jailed through Chief Justice and what was their case. Because if anything goes well in their favor, that's what they do. They talk the same way about the removal of the police and the military chiefs. Okay, Nana Danso text message. No. Nana Hesi Ojiri. So let the man know that when then candidate Mahama met the NDC lawyers in 2023, he talked about removing of the Chief Justice. So the NDC man in your studio talking about lawyer Ivan Samankwa is saying that at that time, Mahama was talking about removal of Justice Anim Yeboah. It's a liar, because he knew Anim Yeboah was going on retirement. Finally, per Article 146, it is the president who is to establish the prima facie case. He should stop misleading the public. Nana Hesi Oji writes. Troublesome Samuel Brian Boabin writes from Awoshi. So there are many ways to kill a cat. Agenda part 2 is in play. The coincidence in events are so numerous that they appear deliberate. They are determined to remove the Chief Justice, just as they attempted with Georgina Wood, an effort that failed because individuals like Martin Amidu deemed it unwise to pursue such a nation-wrecking agenda. Only God can save the Chief Justice because Mama is behind the scheme. We Samuel Brian Boabin the episode. Master Planner Jr. writes from Kintampo, or say, the president was quick to invoke Article 146 by referring the so-called petitions to the Council of State, yet ironically failed to honor Article 19 and 23, which guarantees an accused person the opportunity to respond to charges leveled against them and ensure a fair trial. Notably, the Chief Justice has not even been served with these petitions. It is evident that Mahama and NDC are desperately pushing for the removal of the Chief Justice, exposing their intentions in the matter. Nana Kuyamwa Boateng writes from Ablikuma Central. Say, good morning, King. Good morning, Nana. The president's attempt to remove the Chief Justice will set a bad precedent We have politicized every facet of governance. JDM, you must wake up. This is not why you were voted for. Anyway, special greetings to Commander Prince Obin, Greater Accra Regional Organizer of MPP, and still maintain. Protos were right. The second coming of John is vindictiveness. Mahama must grow up. 5 minutes time, and it will be 9 a.m. And then, hey, remember that. You can't go fire country. Be a bar. Akoko Abon and the Guswa 18 and remember the day.
Welcome to Saturday. I am the new chef in town. The new STC Ultramodern Bus Terminal in Kumasi.
The new STC GH Express Terminal here Kamwasini. Associate Transport Terminal BA Wagana. Nanyamesi and Kanukre. Nice and neat.
Buses a load to a new STC and GH Express Terminal. Nina ye brand new. Now drivers now they see Pokrani Kumino.
The new travel experience in Kumasi. Now some new STC GH Express Terminal. Unique in so many ways. And
the new STC GH Express Terminal. It was a labor runabout. Wow. A modern waiting area, advanced ticketing system, event center, shopping mall, barbering salon, restaurant, and many more.
The new STC GH Express Bus Terminal. It was a labor runabout. A total filling station nechi. Metre nechi wa.
So quiet terminal no e wo asafo labor ho na okura niema eye free saa so na sa the niema free yen terminal wa Accra e ba Kumasi a eye free. So pese auto ticket ana bibi fufuro bi a friends 0557 943 607 ana 0245 390 818.
Se bibi fufuro me che business deal fufuro bi so a eya friends 0244 412 016 and 0244 591 900.
Yelodi Accra Kumasi Accra, Kumasi Takrade Kumasi Tamale and a Tamale Kumasi.
The new chef in town. In fact, the ultra-modern STC GH Express Bus Terminal. It was a runabout too. Yes, Shami. Now that nice travel experience. I say.
Now, rural banks can say the grand finale. Now, your major question. Rural bank be some Ghana since 1983. No problem so that. Odi the boshing so operating savings account, current account, and an audit deposit. Nimpuntio and an dati account in the Obi Obeko Bank Hobia a rural bank man.
Quiz must say, I have no Premier Rural Bank PLC. Say simple because of controller loan. Emma I buy you my phone loan, Premier loan, any agriculture or farmers loan. See, currently I have no Premier Rural Bank PLC.
Interesting. Nah,
must say, na a ban of money transfer services are Western Union. Any diakanyina Beckham so will ye be.
Okay, but just 5 of their branches.
Head office no kunsu yoso swame takwa mekru bako ho tepa ena poku krum mamefa other phone no kra enso so preku mankranso kunso empasaso any the most current one kra ye wo ebuakwa
Mama Munzama and Premier Rural Bank PLC contestant why pa. Finally, our numbers
020-998-1738. Website www.thepremierbank.com. Email info@thepremierbank.com.
Now my verdict. Until further notice, I have no Premier Rural Bank PLC. The best rural bank in Ghana. Congratulations. I have no Premier Rural Bank PLC. Growing together.
Not a grown any penny out of you're a grown not a near way. Now let's so what oh, my Fatapia, Abamesha, Elsiano, Valeria Pipa, Los of Africa, Mono, Say up Punua, Wolam Yawa, no one to not to me.
Tapia Hepa Mixture. Usunumbi.
Akoko Abon kukuruku adie chibi.
Simple. Akoko Abon kukuruku adie chimbia. Hello 101.5 FM. Honorable Maxwell Juma, right. Some of us, and I believe a lot of decent people all over the world, especially Ghanaians, are very, very, very sensitive to how the judiciary is treated in Ghana. We have a history where judges were abducted and murdered. Not even the military regimes have in the past touched the judiciary and the chief justices. Let's tread cautiously. My advice to Mahama and NDC, a word to the wise. In the studios this morning, lawyer Evans Amankwa, NDC, lawyer Kwame Adolfo, private legal practitioner, lawyer Evans Osebunsu, private legal practitioner, NPP.
Na Kwame Adolfo ye I can say. Kwame Adolfo ye MPP. Kwame Adolfo ye MPP. Ana bazo ka
say oba fie ha. Na wa medwu sa na wa ma.
No, ma medwu mo say. Evans. I can't put a menu me Ashtown.
Baby, me I've never disputed say me Ashtown, but I go according to my script. Kwame Adolfo here, he comes in.
Kwame Adolfo MPP.
Nasa okra also MPP ni.
Me NDC. Hey, MPP Kwame who kala na me.
Yes, we MPP ni.
Tofia kwa.
And was said that na mu so NDC.
Tofia kwa.
Obi de dey was Tofia kwa.
Kwame do MPP.
Also so NDC, we MPP.
I was talking
Evans, Mamimbusa, yes, ora. A Chief Justice and Samuel Juma, and I say a ora and Samuel Juma about this diversion of 40 million Ghana cedis. Said ye, Nancy said Chief Justice Akoko press conference about Kwabena Dubois. And what is the story behind the story?
Oh, no, cry, on say ora a trans. Ora was a project. President Mahama in his campaign, no, Ghana for Bibri, the true name, Sir Jumdiene Katash, share Kankane Proya Kosu, Nana Rudanko, Dr. Mawunya Banimono. And was say, Oba, Trabaman, Oba, Momuritivus Animano. It nipe binimu and no more a binary muankasa, and then a volunteer information. But they wanted a credible source beyond betting this information acquire. The Bayer Mojuma. Not enquire, say, ya can't say no, but Obia Mojuma. That is why President Mama, in his wisdom, ete ora, someone try na monye informations, na mo enye investigations, at least monye preliminary investigations, kakra, ewo home, na mon gather. Little name maybe I'm betting beyond. I'm ria. What they come out Attorney General say, I deal with. Then Attorney General will continue that investigation. And the aura now uncover a year in your Dubois in sense of them. And Kwame, because I can interestingly, was a Dubois if you realize. Corruption, some a course one they target MPP near the arena. Everybody will be on for 99 day. And nobody thought about anything that was going on there. Until say, Nipa binimwa na amuye juma a volunteer information. Nipa binu no moye banks be juma a volunteer information. Those informations, etimi unravel and yema akosono. Now, on say, Orano. Was a public project, a public interest committee, and President Mama Institute 3 years between the Abon Jumedi. And the Attorney General Ebua, ya, omo evidence be what the better about not as a public, no, so say, that is a Jumana, they share on Mampenage on Dramani Mahama Sado, Ugusu away day. Oh, yeah. Eti Chief Justice, dear Obekaya, any dear
Chief Justice Abekasa.
No, Chief Justice as one can say Chief Justice, dear
any Attorney General.
I thought, okay, because of the Chief Justice, because me anything about Chief Justice.
I may can't be any be a slip of tongue.
Because Chief Justice, Attorney General, some Obekaya, all right, do me dear now. omudi ye no ensunsuaso document omudi command can say attorney general follow up no sansunsuaso no ene de yensa kan ene abeto abonti a igusu ayen wajuma it was the work of the owner.
I see, but it be a question says a Chief Justice. Sorry, the Attorney General.
I'm the Chief Justice. Somebody did a can't.
Well. As Attorney General will be say as a court no they call not to bring it to the public.
Say assembly asama yenu attach ya. Em so no kwa did a can't asem. Menu assembly of public interest. Biano. It is not wrong to put it into the public domain, said the Yankee. Ena Abra, Attorney General Zokasano. Attorney General Ankasa Yampani Kokoto. I see they will go to court. But this is the level I drew. So educating the public, giving the public information about the processes and procedure, or no starting here, it is in order.
And according to Atachi, I said, or say, in a bit to, be populist, and also all pay public sympathy, the Attorney General got things wrong. For instance, Okase, Dubois, or this guy said, or Kwakotna, you can say, you said a business class, they took what's an economy. He wanted to, it was not true.
But it was I said you know, so there, I can't say. I bet there, attachment. So any conflicting information be on family mountain, on the details and count. But I can't what trust and
now we are what they are saying about. What they are saying about now about the catch him.
My cousin, Chenye. Me kasem say Ken said me Ken abefa me phone we now me kasem me musa Ken afa phone bi ana you say una also disputed what I've said, so you have to come and bring further and better particulars to substantiate your your claim. Now who be can try to what they say also the Attorney General be can try to now so be can try to what they said, then it becomes your word against their word. But the substance of the issue is Papa no information agada no, because of that no he was detained. But interestingly no your man bail no krano bail the man no nobody was ready so within the property baba be your surety for him. Nobody. Those people were reluctant. So the fact of the matter still remains there. Getting to the public knowledge, there was nothing wrong with that.
All right.
And another day, and also sequence, you can say, you're being prosecuted. You make me prosecute. Say a woman said that someone.
Yeah, because I'm educated. Has he been charged?
No, he has not been charged.
You're in charge,
You're in charge. So a preliminary investigations now. That has been.
And I show on TV so in handcuffs and there.
Now they show police show. Yeah, and you don't want any pie show the TV so police actually. That's a actually hang of good in that. He's not the only person. Police actually probably hang of good almost show more TV so. That means anybody in charge in hang of good. When you are under investigation or you are under arrest, you'll be handcuffed. He's not the first person. So I don't know why.
What are we lawyer needs? Everyone says client in me now yes say my baby now you humiliate me in that fashion LOTV. So I say if I come cleaner, do I have any remedies?
Of course, you have a huge remedy to sue for defamation.
I'm only asking.
You have a huge remedy. Sir, a Dubois, Fisa or a claim. Ned Nico Jinasem Dibia. Na Odibimwa. Adi Akosubiad or huge remedy attaching on Vanco Court. No, Goji. And yet defamation bina. Because so I can't say America ya to say the Ecosi said can't say jury say ye Maya can Japan enter 18 million, even though it's not the judge's decision. Anameboa. Defamation suit.
All right. From one Evans to another. Evans Amankwa to Evans Osebo. Both lawyers.
Yeah. Can me that say?
Maybe Evans Amankwa senior or Evans
senior. Mamma quick reaction.
Oh, not budget. Not senior when it comes to law. You do as I no, but you are
both in age and at the bar. He accept that. So what is your problem?
Oh, me nipa have person at the bars and the minimum I mean is yeah.
So
now okay, who did you be now?
Oh, we
have best worry about baby out. They say, who did you be no be? Best worry about.
I can mean you.
What you tell me? No, you are Parintiana.
Can we see the
oh, right. What time I would tell the coffee on now was at the go to a good trade. Yeah, they are some not can okay. I always say, I'm put our kunos and new town. Bompire and Yamefa Bonencho. And I go to the walk. Made it, baby. Now you're gentleman. Mr. from that down. Now you're gentleman. With your Ras, what you don't know.
Okay. Before I make all right,
some Kazuni about over.
Before I make all right, so my quick reaction to.
Quick reaction was why they be help. Because when you have
concerning Chief Justice, the other night, a senior can say, I was say, I feel I didn't call Council of State na committee I established before and son I will cry at you. But you know, okay, very well.
The American say preliminary a year one year president any petition.
Yeah.
President will write on the Council of State bedroom to him.
That's fine.
And son what the tell say sa petition will no. And who you say about Chief Justice answer. Your friends will be different. And the chief that president would to me say, obey me about petition at that time. Crabra and call that procedure.
Now, I disagree. You see, I don't know.
Say, before the president and the chief
Council of State,
the only thing there now is allegation.
That is so.
The only thing there now is what?
Is the allegation. Now, allegation sitting on its alone, it's difficult for you to say, be dismissible. You need a response.
No, be I'm getting trouble.
You need a response.
But you the president who to me. President. Koko Azan, petitioner. No, Koko Azan petitioner or Choba Nana Akufo-Addo. There was no certain letter for this message. And you know, the president has that right. Said petitioner will receive in his wisdom. I dare me receiving me share in Nasubian. And who you see, he has that right. Never say, oh, sorry, right, no, sorry, right.
I mean, if you say, at this time, that's a constitution.
Manager, or even if it is, excuse me, to say nonsense that allow him to express himself.
The
lawyer,
they're not a person can say. You see, Black Law Dictionary defines what? It defines prima facie or prima facie. I say at the first sight of it, at the first instance, on the face of it. Now, Osha J2 versus AG no, any equate in 205, 206 no. Court no asama can say because it's a precedent, it's a case law. I know natural constitution every. Or say the Chief Justice must be given the benefit of a prior determination of whether a prima facie case had been established against him before the president may lawfully establish a committee to consider a petition for his removal. So at the first instance, so Black Law Dictionary defines at the site of it, I was said, Utimi Emano, only Council of State needy home to town. Also, Timano, copy nibi, because copy now about one man be. Now, Council of State now we now determine prima facie case now. After committee. Now was certain and for so many so because what the can said before bit my establish a prima facie case no I was said would the can man a prior notice. That means that the notice must go to the Chief Justice. Man is say I same saying your charge saying your bond copy answer It's what prevents the president from say Obama and copy say Obi Abebo charge in TNI. Why does the president also consult with a council of state?
No, you see.
But
can I come in?
Okay.
You see,
2 minutes.
You are getting it all wrong. You see, prima facie is to the establishment of the first instance of BBSC.
That is so.
And you say you have one BB. But maybe could have BB and feel BBC, no. Prima facie be established because Ken, at the moment, how the petition be against Minia or Sebons, you know. And on Chester, my established prima facie case. A Chester the petition, Bremen, may show wow, or petition, you know, so be so. And when you ask about a year or Sebons, I can dismiss it there.
Okay, point.
The president has that power.
Point noted.
And no more any mistake or no. Again, answer the Council of State. A best president, the Council of State, best setting up a committee. If the Chief Justice has not been given the opportunity to defend himself before even he will establish a prima facie case, it will be totally wrong. What I say, it will be total. It will be totally wrong, sir. President best establish a prima facie case without a defense from the Chief Justice. And on establishing any prima facie case.
All right.
So go establishing prima facie case with that defense to
lawyer.
The Chief Justice. That would have been totally wrong.
You made that point already. Thank you.
But there's no prima facie establishment.
Lawyers, no. Tina lawyers, Moko call to go.
I mean, also many of them because
complaint it's not about the Chief Justice, but it's about ordinary Superior Court judge who see the and say, President, being a politician, or Chief Justice. The Chief Justice would then determine whether there is a prima facie case. Very key.
Yes.
Why and even quasi-judicial decisions. And it's going to be made by not a politician, by a judge. It's so important. Now, we are saying, and in making that prima facie decision, he or she normally invites you, the judge, or whoever the complaint is about, that is so, to respond. Ama Fatumo, Ebini OSP recently, ABK Amidu, actual petition family, judge, Chief Justice Trono, so all respond to the allegation. And my brother is aware, say, petition against all the judges in here. Chief Justice Trono, let me hear your comment. My sister so did. And that decision is made not by a politician, but a judge.
But this time we are talking about the Chief Justice.
But in the case of the Chief Justice, that decision will be made by a politician.
Who is the president?
Who is the president? And I'm saying,
and the constitutional manifest.
people are trying to make sure.
So the senior can, that is the filter committee, the filter to establish that prima facie. So it means that at that time, that was what they can manage. What man elected at the petition.
That is wrong, Daddy.
All right, we are
taking lead. That is wrong.
Okay. So senior, member Ora also. You see the point, senior, Madam Massey. Ora no mami nchao. You see, aban biya no owo. Nti ne fra wo shadow. Shadow owo ho no na waboa ho. Nti wo accuse aban a otisu nyina no. No ahunu say owo nyina so. We did the National Democratic Congress headed by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and said, after the winning election we no Omakwati Ora as I just a man for the yes the cultural man sana Omatimi ahunu say aban ediscan so mu refi say at the time no mo teso na no mo criticize aban say we discan tie ba e beche mo no omu nyina so but nyina so no Ora no mom no mo di benya nyina so na ma menche de atene general otisu zesi a do I hear everyone say your case be a friend of Republic versus Bonsu alias Benjilo. Court in 1999-2000 one Ghana law report at page 199-2236. Now, when you say Ora Benjilo na cocaine sensem. And the prosecution is a or day and send people say Ora Benjilo 1 year why you say why you way no day ban. Court must more country and say, hey, asma okano predetermined or prejudice. Or the can at the abun anymore say. If it's a semi die anymore, and yet no now they are ban. Your fair foot to free case in that principle. Oh, Attorney General, we'll see what you will be. You're the old runner, the abroad, and 2 in a swa. A deity now about court of public opinion. Senior Mammy, court of public opinion. Now the Bible to just say. The fees and no persuading who see what a flight will now hide. No, you say, no, you say, no, you say. Now they better their public sympathy. Because the point you're making is, oh, in a swa, level charging against the Nafanaco. Don't try to prejudice, don't try to predetermine the matter before answer matter na court. Because no one crucify no cry. It's young time when you say we next aggrieved person no ako 23 when we say failure. When in any year, why not fair to him? It won't go state no said the next senior cassa, won't go state no na enquire judgment that in into your man and family me taxpayers money and in could just ask canana. We are Attorney General, renowned Attorney General, and the debre doctor. Any idea near my brow bonnet, a Juma 1 year, and any cases are where you be out with the brow check the profile who said on the packet one. So why don't you wait? Now what charges be our own level against a double? I'm not saying, sir, so be this car when people more and in my financial court. Or be away this car when people will be on winning a so be our financial court. But all prejudice case, no predetermined case, no before answer a court of law. Because by in the light of Article 19(2)(c), a person is presumed to be innocent until proven otherwise. Because obi a obetini bi no ye innocent until say what prosecute any panel akọ law court. And na oba criminal anymore criminal case. Obi bi a Miranda right. That right is given to the accused. What in the crime? I was say within the charge bono. Also many who the kind of lawyer or person offer. I was so many who the entire watching no. I know a choice so bit my lawyer be out of the choice I'll pay. Sabina says several matters so I'll be happy who be Antina and my big disclosures in may be a sebo. But what in the panel? What in on what you can by public? I announce what you see that is what they are doing. A penny court ya mokan, the new say they are doing that to even remove the Chief Justice in order for them to establish parallel courts. Tribunal so that they will push NDC lawyers and judges. I was a various court normal fairly so that they will do cases in favor of what National Democratic Congress. And yes, I'm a person of mine. It is a which will be a good grounds. Never find a courts. Now court to determine. Said Dr. Biubanas will be or coma or the honor and depend on conscious. Who determines that the person is dead? A medical expert, medical doctor, and a doctor free ni panel who say ni panel who an answer on we. But one cassa went to me at the NF2 pay. And determines it that Attorney General na court to the air. And you know, starting more at one hand. For in the case, only can find a charge of crime on a say, one level single charge. If we are criminal code, by virtue of Article 1911 of the 1992 Constitution, the air can say, charge be a person in the body pebiano, the charge of that particular offense must be defined in the written laws. Because what is a crime? Crime encapsulates crime, the case of 1 year and a day. Crime is what? Something that someone, any criminal offense and a criminal enterprise that has been commissioned by someone. And that criminal offense is very injurious to the state. So the state comes in to maintain sanity. Why a bonibi at the tier or minor? It is state in the Bemu at the Senate in the Republic versus Akwasi Mensa and our Republic versus Edubuai. It is state in the Bemu at the Senate. That crime, I was so only say it also goes against the prohibited act. Act to be 8 years. And the penalty for it must be defined in the written laws. What I said by virtue of Article 1911. It is as another boni because one say the panel boni way why. Now boni tia or minor ra. Now the breach thereof, it goes with penal consequences of the law. It will form a yebekinaso. Anti what they are born na na kojina court. I feel na court no suko yen hwehwemu. On any aspect. Now be jina be public eti nipa adwene e de beto amanfo animu a na benjilo die ni bi na wo ye o predetermine the matter
osebo so asema okay you say please mama
senior obema akwan amhare
are you saying sir when there is a case against somebody you preliminary investigations and
no, that is not what I'm saying.
The officer can say
the press conference in
Ghana Sika Anna Akoko Abon and I was Ghana forward the right. Benjilo case I'll go to you. It is an individual,
not a cause.
No, maybe Benjilo case, no, it is an individual.
Nice civil case.
What's
a criminal?
Na civil
a
case.
criminal, but they are individual. But
Individual.
when they are almighty can hear
It's not.
it's not
It is
Allegedly.
and yet prime despite
Senior, what draw conclusion? Allegedly, senior, with the greatest of respect.
Oh, say, Messi, because Ghana Sikano,
one area.
as he said,
One area.
say, I only Messi Ghana Sikano, because that is what has happened.
But here to me,
40 million Ghana cedis has been taken from the taxpayers.
Allegedly, senior.
It is 40 million Ghana cedis in one summer. Say, yeah, a do one. Feel and yes, 40 million. I want to why. Or you could not got on.
now you inside 40 million on why. I never could not call.
And the person which said, say, President, you'll be called in a court. Yeah, preliminary investigation.
Yeah, preliminary investigation. Every step, you have to Ghana for him.
Because of public interest. And what is wrong with that?
Senior, with respect, I'm on my feet.
Because you see, Benjilo case now. Oh, again, you see, please. What person will your politics with everything now? Then let me tell you that. Let me tell you this. Court, no, Adiabia, so tribunal. The court, the tribunal, is it not in the constitution? It is NDC established tribunals. What is wrong with that? Is it against the constitution? Why are we trying to say, as if said, Adiabia NDC person Ayabiano and your constitution, even though NDC here, you guys thought, say, the court, how you guys staff the court, who protect you.
Senior,
So that matter, you think that you can do anything on the chief justice assembly.
Senior, you've not been
When I was starting comedy,
senior, my interject.
But you may be on the fire or the cocoa sea. You per se chief justice, the chief justice, the established tribunal. That is not the question you ask. But one stop it. I want to or try to say, sir, NDC has an intention. Say you per se everybody. So what I say, until you per se yes animal. And I can't sit here for him.
Question I want to say. Say yeah, Timmy established say 40 million Ghana cedis be a year. E was messy wa. E dey the prevent you say you didn't be court. And I was say yeah preliminary investigations. And I'm saying yeah one say we has be yeah wow yeah investigating wouldn't. But just 1 minute they be our press conference. They are
a matter of style. You may decide to say because we're public man is can some year. 130 I can say 1,347 containers are IRA by electricity company and that bunch, is anything wrong with that? Yeah, but say public aware what has gone on. And I don't know public but say and near my course so when another go for
no senior say
we'll make sure that every single once it does not go
allow him to make it
go against the
senior
with it.
Senior
make your
so public at the Enya na bi woteka owo hole in heart. Bi woteka owo hole in heart. Da koma ho atu ayehia sika se de kwakotua. Yenya bi. Eti wuntimi mfa o mine sika. But allegation say we ye diska abrauni grounds bi a obegina so. Ya anya very careful. Ma me nchiro NDC o maka we bi pen. Amena twam ken. Emire bi atwam a na omo beba power free Professor Moss so. Omo kan say MPP diska mbom do mbegu. Omo bai o mantimi afa single so. Ekura ntimi antum. Single so. Mama me ma o. Your history, MPP, Oba Obehun say, NDC for your doma to Musa, your doma to because your grounds. Ibrahim Adam Kodem, one them, or them, Victor Solomi, or Kodem. Yeah, Penachina, Wajana Quatamabuchi, class Adinatum, Mary said enough. One also, or any probably bring your doma could be a movie. And about you, maybe, over 32 kata, maybe. That why wouldn't him say? Why wouldn't him? Maybe Senior, let me finish my submission. Senior, let me film why is it that the legitimate question to ask is why is it that say Abe MPP at Swano over 32 kata one quite people MPP pens more on NDC pens. So are you saying say Tatuyeja no Justice Denis no na ojai no time wa NDC person. I don't think person will call for review and answer.
Evans, yeah, my time say kasa. Obi kasa na your reactions. Allow him, you have your day.
Oh, Senior, you are interjecting me.
Allow him, you have your time. It's what the man.
Point
Also, anything I can say, a Bibiano, yeah, programmer. person will take ubi kasa no be reaction when I was started Saturday we say when I was started Saturday we say Opa and you decline the invitation.
I won't. I don't know.
To make your point.
Senior, you see, if you read the criminal code, it tells you, say, whether or not, say, will be a cause of financial loss to the state, whether or not, say, was it a loss to the state? A minor bokebiana. Whether or not, say, due to negligence act being a man or minor lose says the ingredients of the offense, have been spelled out. And what the case of what Republic versus Woyomi. A two kind of Republic versus Woyomi. A defining ingredients are a trace will be a discount. As stated clearly, it is a judge be the same Juma official Republic versus Woyomi ingredients are ya stated. It yet we say at the time my judge no ya or do right at at that time the judge no saying. Only said there was a financial loss to the state, and it was due to the negligence act of the accused. Accused news to be and then Bob Brady or accused news said not deal with foreseeable not a cabe bread and a buy. But the point is
finally.
Finally they make an say. Some of the attorney general I did the items almost the John now more person I did no one next time let's step out of studio ha near the car back me. Say my be making statement to be waha. Because I have no any idea you up. No, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama person what ye. No this or the no now may what it pedia. No casampa agenda MPP for this guy. Said ye be an agenda person will the mandate. Now you did a sudden baby bit me the juma. And no
is that possible?
Now the good people of Ghana also the good people of Ghana almost debate near my bed to a guap to buy all the Yatia. Young person bet me do okra, Benny and Santumwa. Thank
you very much. Lawyer Evans Osebunsu, you've made your point. Nana Sioji writes, the unfolding outcome with this Eduboy case is far-fetched. It is clearly put out for the court of public opinion. Ken, do you know the Attorney General couldn't put any paper before the judge when he appeared before the court? Indeed, he was deputy at BNG under Mahama in 2016. Nana Sioji text. Nana Kingsley, kindly tell lawyer Evans Amankwa to stop. I won't use that because people are listening. I know, and I've told him. Mahami Adwa writes for Accra. The reason the president gave for the change of Supreme Court judge is very shameful. We are not in Banana Republic. Supreme Court judge when Mahami Adwa president Asasano. I don't think the president has changed any Supreme Court judge. Lawyer Kwame Adofo.
Okay.
The two combatants. Yes, it was also NPP. It's my own casa.
King, the more discussion.
The discussion. You
na. Odifu sorry. Asano ba as okay.
Why not?
Una na kase. Osofo waso asole ba. Who was the better on also for go? Was also
sorry ba.
Ya better am nka wo mumienu na mo ye. King, the saa owura Dubai hen minim no. Na maintain ho ma achida. Na so press conference attorney general hold here. Ama somehow very high profile. Ordinarily no means will be create the dinda. Many events gram you said what the dinda. And so press conference number about very high profile. Why elevate nipa no? Amana is so important be. When you visit nipa no why criminal offense. Charge no never go to court still are never no. It's why I'm all of a sudden we grab Martin Dia Dubois. Somebody who was not even known. And he economy problem when they say, I don't understand why the Attorney General will do a press conference.
Evans on a classic style and
but you see,
on the style.
You see, ordinary person written and make a press conference, but not Attorney General. Attorney General, you are the leader of the bar, and you hold the skill in favor of the people of Ghana. Now, and also, you are supposed to be the defender of the courts. The Attorney General is supposed to be the person who will come and denounce individuals who criticize the court. Because the court will not be able to defend themselves. Attorney General Juma and he will defend the court all the time. Now, I could not understand, say, Ubia Yachino. Ni ain't charging with any offense. Now, Attorney General Abewa make a press conference. We use certain expressions, criminal syndicate and so on. Meanwhile, you have not even charged the person. And to be a won't charge, he doesn't even know why you are holding him. And you are doing press conference. One will need any other way to defend himself. Is it fair? I think say honor entry in the sense
only to defend and the lawyers
to defend himself in terms of also having press conferences.
He can choose to.
Because
he can choose to hold press conference.
And I'm just saying, when he is in the cells of BNI, how is he going to hold press conference in the cells of BNI? No. I'm talking about the time. I'm talking about the time. Even as at now, he's still under the what? The big arm of the government. In a sense, what the car making press conference? I'm aligning no. Now, but I can say, in the end, no, if it's clear that he may have remedy, and the remedy may be to sue for defamation, he's correct. But why would an attorney general expose the country like that? Why would you do that? Now, we hear all this. That's what Cornelius is finding not guilty. It means that what's in court in video? What's in court in video said this is what we want. And if the court doesn't find that person's with the money, Yanka said judges never come against us. Attorney General, who is supposed to be a defender of the courts, must not do that. Because you are Attorney General, your first job is to defend the courts. In other countries, we'll be making any commentary. Now say, it's even contemptible commentary against the court. Who Attorney General, you cite them for contempt. It's your job. Now we have a situation where Attorney General himself is making commentary that can potentially affect the reputation of the court. This Attorney General, no, Honorable Attorney General, Honorable Ayeni, please, you are not an ordinary politician. Even though you happen to be an MP.
You are the Minister of Justice.
You are the Minister of Justice.
Thank you.
And therefore, you should stop making commentary about cases that are yet to come to court because they have a very huge prejudicial effect. A bit more prejudice. Even the system. I'm making commentary here. It may even end up helping the person. I are charging.
All right, thank you, Lawyer Kwame Adofo. Samuel Brabo have been right. King, Dr. Dominic Ayeni trained Kisia Jabin, and he is currently doing exactly what he taught Kisi to do as special prosecutor. Cecilia Dapa, Charles Bisu, Kendo Furiata, etc. were tried in the court of public opinion by Kisia Jabin. The Attorney General and his sentence man, Deputy AG, should stop these monkey tricks and do the right thing. We, in the MPP, wholeheartedly support the fight against corruption. Crime is crime, regardless of the political affiliation of the suspect, who at all times is entitled to the presumption of innocence. Samuel Brian Boabe. Time check here at Hello FM is 22 minutes to 10. Sorry, Nana Yaukesi, Emame. Sincere, Yakasa Bushan Hello FM, Honey Peace FM, do one hour may have me. And I have your mouth shedding. Yes, sorry, idea. S.A. in your bay. Evans was able to manage as a second one in few one. This Galamsey fight. Now, say what you say, you say, can I say, Galamsey for task force, CB, or carry her home, preventing Crawford. Omko nipa no e wo ho no mo no omo e bo omo ye galamsey no ban na obusa omo a omo se omo boss na se omra me galamsey no akwa no ye twa ne kutu di sekan ma ho galamsey fight ye betimi awene da two parties ya na say various regimes na say grade nana do ma hene ekokushia new regional minister okachen say bono ho de obi ani ho a obetimi ay galamsey ho na regional minister nyere no ho say obi ay galamsey a wonche no regional minister sorry ya no ka che say me ba ye bunu ha makoba bia galamsey ho na do wa here to organize. It is we don't have the video.
Mean down too.
Now now can say
I know ngwa.
it is say galamsey no
I don't feel be new.
e bi le bunu
No man, it's on optics. The over Casada or Casabia.
You must what you say. Optics and anything.
Actually, the mine always do. Listen, let's be realistic. Maybe I don't mind Casa or Casano is in effect trying to downplay Ashanti.
That is so.
Because Saka said the moon baby no Coca said Ashanti and
no born lawyer credit.
Wow, upon Mujib now Ukroya also Galamse be new feature. Open minister
sorry
so I didn't know you want to
also tune for
anti seriously Domahene was not helping the situation. The situation is a yajitum say yarea, you meet me as a yare. But not all claim we said the hobby ni ho. The regional minister, new regional minister, or super.
Well,
he earned everybody's respect.
Kalamponsa.
Ojina honoma, sorry, I would no senana. I hate it.
King.
Opa
Ghanaians, we are super. Your problem in politics. NDC MPP is killing us.
Ken.
Ghanaians are super. Before me, Ken, trust me, anybody who knows me said that I'm saying, Mekutia, and I can say it on authority. Obia OTM voice. Say anybody who have tried NDC by power,
what is the guarantee? I have to be and I'm not guarantee in the guarantee. A idea, Sawa Bontia, Obacasa Pulmani Hadia, guarantee, anyhow. Number a Busumu Morandi. Number Dia Mawura, Negaransia, Medimania Kobuno, Ananum Yantuana Moa. Ebaya kakrano na aduane ene yensuo no mpo yenya pinnom na mesia mobo se mampanyine di tumi ama mese regional minister guarantee no ebetu so sa na eye afutuo na me.
Well, so Honorable Regional Minister, God bless you. May he make your reign be super.
I'm saying, no crew, say it's a fighter. We need to be together. Now, the main one say, Galamsey no, MPB to be NDC for to be to be. And anymore, your clear conscience believe you say, I didn't custom any no, ye cassetia. And it is the only fighter. A do baby MPB NDC for you acquire back home. Omo to you acquire back home. And they do baby any put you on the MPB NDC for you and acquire back home. But we are here. Emma Abedia, any Yenia Yaho. Say, Obeka Setia Galamsey now, Bebana Zubaya Galamsey. Do you NDC? Then now we are Galamsey over here. It is a shame.
And obviously, the NDC to about my NDC. With the hope, say, MPP for no man too.
Yes,
and
problem. Buy any people who's had difference. No problem about any people who's had difference wasn't the Galamsey. It was the small scale mining.
All right. Even smart. All right. Okay.
Oh, Ken. Oh, small scale mine. Ghana, we are endowed with this natural resources. But the only acquire your first one. extracting those natural resources and equity. For good practices. NDC policy, was that small scale mining and community mining. I was saying regulating here. Send your water bodies in the land now. Yes, sir, no, indiscriminately, no. That was NDC's policy. But also Galamsey was in existence, has been in existence. And people thought, you see, the period between the winning of power and the transition, not a rehearsal. Because Obia sorry no could see baby sorry would have recourse to good practices of small scale mining. And that is what me personally I am against. And that is what NDC party policy is against. Say, you better say you I say and sassy. Abra, obi a small scale miner. Now no will be good. Mutu amana wie wo baby abakonje concession mo de machines a mutu amana awie no mo wie a mo reclaim land no na mo ja ho na mo ye dey na mo ko. Those practices is something that we need to fight against to make sure say land reclamation we practice as well. So when small scale mining and community mining being regulated well, or money be just from faswa affected your water bodies, and the and he said,
allow Sables to make his point.
Okay, but that's it. Ken, there may be freeness here. But when he said, Sagalam the entire I might be about me achieving the aim. That's our best of Galam. And I might be also a pepper. It will hear MPP, I know was no pepper.
And I may be also person in Crow for the
yes, I may be also person in Crow for the in Tubakaya MPP was no. Nana Kufu at the time, no more Operation Vanguard. Near the soldier for the police for a cost site while we to Galam Sabia, a drew baby cry almost say shoot and kill. The two who will be to Galam Sabutiokum. The first political party or mobile criticized the National Democratic Congress. I will see doing Katia or command so. Or John Mossy, almost see a boom to Kumo. Samotoma a bag Galam Senior Bamamut. Or John Dramani Mahama, EKB. Or Sami Jamfi. Into your key members are more National Democratic Congress, they lambasted elsewhere MPP government. I'm not saying it's MPP are perfect. Or by MPP for two Galamsey be NDC for so to be. I met my Bob command council. If I tell you, it's a political party way, a member party to a Galano, a Bayon Mama. I was say, who's you na. On the police, for near Dean I back. Into young can ask some more, which will be a no mere jam. Now, the American say a holistic approach, and a bit media stop Galamsey. He said, and yes, I could train in the party said, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama so by one could train his anchrophobia or Domobeko site, because what? Terrain now didn't pan I was say any pan environment in Onimho area. So geographical location, I was say dependent to me who ye. It is a Ubetua, I was saying outreach program with the community. And the community now, Opus or cost of Posadian. Education ben now their members or outreach program ben now their community members. Nananom should also be involved. Etinyese be any paneting crime. Now what's man is all common cost of because time all corner of could do no be a mamma line no when you eti ebeba se adwuma entime stop. We need a specialized court. And so a bit me try at a very faster rate. Say obi DS and man we also need specialized what prosecutors. Let me tell you, men can say prosecutors in Nanya, you will be good. But make us say Galama no afa phones, a be iPhone so at the Daso Ben 9, no a man of Tundra Bakma, prosecutor no, or Beman evidence crowd de Conocrano, into Crabem. A bassa Galama no so by fa lawyer. Lawyer and so begin sika, or dear into Cruna dem, national so their boss and at the end of the day. Galama na fan hodi enti obesan kwa kutu sikani biem anase e form ho biem ama me no me no nyina sofa enti ehia political will to ehia commitment from both or all the political parties ese me emfa nya amanyosem e meka se MPP wo so no omo na na ema etu gala no na akosensu abekere na akufu adukutu gala eno ne pa potekwa na NDC e de we ni
pa we say emre osu for ka say Akurana Okokochina who feed now on now. No, the big man who to go Tiakrana ba now with the neighbor tuma. have you solved the problem?
That is so.
Now, better than what you mean, the big man behind. No?
That is so. Sana make sure the big man behind no. Just only community na lazy up unit committee. Omo nyina wo nkronkro itu galamsey no say why involve omo e wo mu a. Omo na bet say big man we na de soma we man na de buy. No was na your outreach program among members of the community said they here as on environment no on be protecting no. Ama yan ko fa ya we bi emfama wo mu. Nto mu say big man na soma obi man e ba ho a on be report to say ni pana me ache no. And we need a commitment from Ghana Police Service enforcement agencies. So we should be making sure say report will be among kwanye say na now we aba e besre but I was say this any panel it be ko gina court. E dis year ya anya ne sa dia na say party bi say ono ko eba be ko a enye mfie 9 nso ye besa asem nsuo na kire say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was say ye nsuo nyina.
All right. Thank you very much. Lawyer Adolfo, Galamsey was part of the reasons MPP for Koe. Now, one of the reasons that Bema NDC for Sobeko because it's getting to
media baby fee say Ghana for be true NDC agua shouldn't be Galamsey. Anything. And say Galamsey.
I said it is one of the reasons.
Yes.
Why?
Okay. Media me fee say Ghana for the idea who abropa. Yeah, I my bufo. Say MPP for was so normal Galamsey and NDC for kuchechi ye ba ya ade cha muntu say NDC for try pa mo me enye the same thing and support wo Ghana for mo me support no enye hard bin and say me ba ya me
but yes Galamsey no so no say wo nya wura mu a adwuma bia ndi ho a
na say de
e be ye wo de o yes mo lawyer mu di abotro krata ba kwa be de be na mu nya ntro bi yes e hoda di akwa
no doubt
Amankwa na nim homo ene de do de
ene na ka be pa won no aka ni nyina
won nim ho boss
ene ka be pa won aka ni nyina even say abuche
me example I was in Germany ene na me ne broni me ne abusuafo bi mo ya brofo ye kasem bi won asem na on masem ka chebe so masa ndu fi Germany kuruma bi ati asase tu a ye jago
da na ye be
but they wouldn't say eno MY yasetra na makuru ntumi nye fesi that is why we are not doing that. So what guy China ni betrasi. And you see, I mean movie. Nano me Minister for Interior.
Ye minister, no minister of
media. Wouldn't be media. Okay, wouldn't be
wait a second one. And one on the flat no. Now I say the flat but I boy didn't will be a flat.
Okay. Me Minister for Interior. I don't know where MP. Nano can be meaning adwene. Me palacho.
Okay, abadi.
Or say ye che ya omache nipa 108 as am a foreigners a woman no ya deport omo. I disagree. Me paracho foreigner bia e betru bia as I want as we ya deport no but of faculty society e bai
me no nya adwene
e foreigner bia betru bia ya prosecute no
that is so
ni antwe na so e wo kronim na ne be say won sentence ni ya
sana
asa ne deport no
all right
and the minister
so that oba
senior MPP Bantama constituency chairman also can be was it no political government can end Galamsey when the indigents are enjoying it. Until the indigents say no, it will never end.
So,
is that true?
I know correct. But make up I said that as added to the mono parties no more than it is you are fighting a needless fight.
Government.
We are another pay. I send yes, baby.
Eva.
Must Adansia Soka constituency. Constituency. People were afraid of it. Me one of me call. Papa be your friend, your friend agency. Oh, tear me on your friend on a pay. Say Galamsey, be a no more and the crooning in IG to say, I was a governor Galamsey or somebody, Baba Bear, or what did we have for the more bomb? And I was wrong. And Benevosia, they are now for. And a predator. So Baba kono woman hold the roses cow. After the about you one. Almost a one premo mongo you. Was here how much about 12. Omo the metro men. And the trio. And they are
carry the one hunana. And carry the
and I was I to all. And how much as a pro for them. Wow, ya bema. Omo ya Galamsey.
Even say example na me man no sire. Say what pa say. Me pese me body say known NDC activists be power Ashantia or Yegalam say that you too so sad na beka.
Trust me. Take this word from me. May Evans Amanko make me to say the Padahunsa.
Samu.
I'm telling you.
Evans, thank you for being on the show this morning. But next time, yeah, Brantem, wow. Lawyer Evans, it's been exciting having you on the program.
Evans Penny.
Okay.
Aha. Evans get what there. Not fish watch there. Because we're too detailed. Go, what's that there? Aha. Lost our own
lost.
Who be lost go back for us? How? We academic. Baba practice a different. And I was here the one. It's the experience. What the book difference.
I mean, it's I say ever corner.
Oh yeah,
all right. Very for yet that was
Medimochi.
Who do you see?
Medimochi. Who come Medimochi?
Hey, they watch it. Asadan Koma. You will come support a new STC ultra-modern station. Tabia Herbal Products. I have one Premier Rural Bank. Oh, now boy. Yami boy that's a day Vesava. The production team and Kenneth Edikai Ewo Mehame. Kwame Wilder took the center stage alongside